Thank you, Senator Schiff. Senator Hawley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Baker, if I could just start with you. I confess I didn't understand your answer to Senator Kennedy's question about the safety of women in the sports of the NCAA overseas. Did you say the federal law requires the NCAA to permit biological men to play in women's sports?
No, I said there have been 5 cases in federal court in the past 18 months. And
okay, because I thought you told him that
federal judges sided with participation.
The reason the NCAA couldn't take a position on this, in fact, you have taken a position on it, you're affirmatively permitting biological men in women's sports, but you said to him it's because of federal law. There's no federal law that requires it, right? The relevant federal law is Title IX, is it not? You're familiar with Title IX.
If guidance on this issue from Title IX or guidance with respect to discrimination law would be
Title IX is already the law. Title IX says
federal judges have ruled on
20 U.S.C. Section 1681A. By the way, let's just dispense with that canard. No federal court has ordered the NCAA to include biological men in women's sports, right?
Actually,
there's not a single case that has ordered the NCAA to do so, correct?
That's pretty much what they decided in the San
No, don't
Jose
say pretty
case.
much. We're talking about the law here.
Yes,
I know. And you actively dissembled to Senator Kennedy just a second ago. It's not true that the NCAA has been ordered by any court, number one. It's not true that federal law requires you to include biological males. In fact, Title IX explicitly says, no person in the United States shall on the basis of sex be denied the benefits of any educational program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. You are in court at this moment arguing that Title IX doesn't apply to the NCAA, which is astounding to me, given the amount of money, federal money, the NCAA gets. But let me just ask you this.
Senator,
a total of 5 teams, 5 women's volleyball teams, Wyoming, Southern Utah, Utah State, Nevada, and Boise State all had to forfeit 7 games in their conference play, NCAA conference play this past year, women's teams, because a biological male, under your rules, was playing on a rival's team. How is that not denying them the benefits of the sport? Why is this fair to women?
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a fiery Senate hearing where Senator Josh Hawley confronted the NCAA over its policies on transgender athletes. These issues impact sports, fairness, and federal law. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let's get started. Senator Hawley took the NCAA president, Mr. Baker, to task on their stance. Why does the NCAA allow biological males to compete in women's sports? Hawley argued this policy affects fairness and legality, disadvantaging female athletes. He pressed Baker on the reasoning behind this rule and its federal law basis. Let's talk about Title IX, the cornerstone of gender equality in education and sports. Senator Hawley clarified that Title IX does not require including biological men in women's sports. No federal court has mandated this. Yet, the NCAA claims it aligns with federal policies. Here's where it gets real. Hawley highlighted 5 women's volleyball teams forfeiting games due to a biological male on a rival team. These forfeits denied female athletes their shot at championships. Hawley's key question, how is this fair? The NCAA didn't really answer. Now let's shift to the locker room policies. Under the NCAA's guidelines, transgender athletes can use facilities that align with their gender identity. Hawley pointed out that this means biological men can access women's locker rooms. This forces uncomfortable women to find alternative spaces. The NCAA defended the policy, but Hawley highlighted the concerns of female athletes. Lastly, Hawley hammered the NCAA for dodging accountability. He criticized them for blaming federal laws while refusing to take a stand. The senator called the NCAA's position outrageous, expressing frustration on behalf of the athletes. His anger resonated with anyone who values fairness in sports. So, there you have it, the key points from Senator Hawley's heated exchange with the NCAA. This debate is about more than just sports. It's about fairness and the rights of all athletes. What do you think? Is the NCAA doing enough to protect women's sports, or is Hawley right to call them out? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.